Hey guys, it's PoxiiPro. Welcome to this Fallout 76 video. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 power armors. These are going to be based on my opinion and my general knowledge of the game. Obviously it is subjective, but for the most part, these are pretty much the most popular ones that I'll go ahead and go over and give my reasonings for why they made the list. Alright, so first off, these are all the displays, these are all the power armors I'm going to talk about, so little mini spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and start from left to right. So here we have a full set of Excavator Power Armor. These are going to be in no particular order. All of them are, I think, are just part of the top 5, or I guess the way I kind of separated it is there's like a top 3. I think these 3 options are like the best in the game, and then there's 2 that kind of also make the list but aren't necessarily the best. They just have like some reasons why I think people would like them. So this right here is an excavator set. Let me see if I can actually show you guys what it looks like here. Okay, I can't show you the specific pieces because it's not on in the actual power armor station. But this is a full set of excavator, and I think that this is one of the best sets in the game because if you have a full set, you get a carry weight bonus. I think it's 100. I kind of forgot over time, but it's a decent amount. And then when you get the calibrated shock mods for the legs, that gives you even more carry weight. And then you can put like +2 strength on the chest plate and on the torso, and that will also give you more carry weight since strength gives you more carry weight. And yeah, overall it just carries a bunch of stuff. And in terms of resistances, it's not very good, but for the most part, power armor already has decent damage resistance. So like I've played a majority of the game and cleared much end game content by just using excavator power armor. Like I can do silo runs in excavator power armor and I'll be a-okay. And also able to carry a bunch of stuff while inside power armor. Also for legendary effects, you can stack the different reduction in weights. So I think on this set, I have like reduced weight for like 20%. Here, I'll go ahead and show you guys that actually. Let me take this out. I'll show you guys what the actual pieces have on it. So this is the torso. It's got junk item weight reduction by 20%. And then this one has food and drink and chem weights reduced by 20%. You can't do the helmet. This one is weapon weight reduced by 20%. We have ammo weight reduced by 20%. So it's just a bunch of reduction in weight along with this already giving you more carrying capacity. So it's super cracked with how much you can carry. Also, when you're mining with excavator power armor, I believe as long as you have the torso, you will get extra yields when mining. So that's also another good bonus. So if you're like doing junk farming and harvesting things, then this is a really solid power armor. So there's just a bunch of utility use for this power armor beyond just giving you like basic damage resistance and protection against radiation and whatnot. Next on the list is going to be T65. This is by far the best power armor in the game. If I had to say there's a #1 best power armor, if we're talking from like a technical standpoint, it would be the T65. The stats and resistances on the T65 for all categories is pretty much the best. If you were to average it, it is the best and outscales all the other power armors. You can also put a jetpack on it, whereas the excavator power armor you can't. But with that being said, it is one of the hardest power armors to obtain because it is a gold bullion power armor. So it's going to take a while for you to grind the gold bullion to actually purchase all the parts and then you know, craft it and roll legendary effects on it. But yeah, it is the best power armor. So if you're looking for just the strongest power armor that will keep you alive the best, it's probably going to be T65 by far. But super hard to obtain. So that leads me to my third best from this list, which is a good alternative to T65 if you're looking for highest resistances, and that's going to be the Hellcat Power Armor. This one is really easy to obtain actually because you get a full free set by completing the BOS questline, which was added a little bit ago. If you complete the questline at like Fort Atlas and all that with the BOS, they award you a full set of Hellcat Power Armor, which looks like this right here. This is unmodified at all. And this full set unique bonus gives you extra ballistic resistance, which kind of puts it on par with the T65 in terms of overall resistances. So Hellcat is actually a really solid second choice, and the look of it is pretty close to the X01 power armor, which is also pretty popular for its look. It has like this little back plating around the helmet, which I think a lot of people like. But yeah, this is definitely a very solid option if you're looking for just the best resistances. So those are my top 3. But now for these two, my next top 5 power armor would be T51. And you can see right here, this is a T51 rocking the full Nuka-Cola paint set on it. T51, I would say, makes the list because it's fairly easy to obtain in terms of like what level you can get it and how you can find it. I have some guides. I actually have guides on how to get all these power armors, so I'll leave those links in the description. But yeah, T51 is fairly easy to obtain. It's very accessible, and it also has, I would think it has the most paints and customizations, which is why it made the list, because I think a lot of people like to collect it or would like to just, you know, be able to pimp out their power armor in different ways. So this one has like a Nuka-Cola paint on it, but there's a lot more cosmetics for it that you can obtain over time or find in-game. I'll link something to the wiki in the description, and you can see, like, if you scroll down to the cosmetics, you'll see like all the paints that this power armor actually has unlocked. It's pretty crazy. But that's kind of why it makes the list. In terms of like resistances, honestly, it's kind of mediocre. I think it outclasses the Excavator in terms of resistances, but it's okay. Yeah, I definitely think you could still clear silos in like any content with any power armor, even with Raider power armor. Just because how strong power armor kind of is with base resistances. But if you want like maximum resistance, you definitely want one of these two, either T65 or Hellcat. Next, and the last one to make my list is actually going to be Raider power armor, and that's just because of how early you can obtain it. This isn't Raider power armor. I actually don't have a set of Raider, but it was the first set that I used because of how early you can get it. So if you're really early game and you're looking to get into the power armor builds, and you just want yourself a set of power armor, then I would recommend trying to find yourself some Raider power armor. I also have a link to the guide that I made for that in the description if you're interested. But Raider power armor, super easy to obtain, very accessible, and it's pretty solid for early game. But like I said, you could even clear like end game content using a full set of Raider power armor if you really wanted. I think any power armor technically could be used to clear end game content. I would say that T65 and Hellcat is mostly for like min-maxing. If you really want like maximum resistances, then these are your options. Utility, Excavator, cosmetics would be T51, and then Raider is just for that really good beginner entry level power armor and for the accessibility. So I just wanted to double check, and Raider power armor can be found at level 15, which is the lowest of any power armor. So that's why it's so easy to find, because like as soon as you're level 15, you can start picking up sets of Raider power armor and putting that together on a chassis. And then boom, you can start putting together a like power armor heavy weapon build or something very early on in the game. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for my top 5 list. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you have any opinions on any of the power armors I listed, or maybe any of the power armors I didn't list, and like, you know, why you like those ones. But yeah, these are just my opinions. You know, you can use anything in the game if you'd like. I think any power armor works pretty well, but I think these are my top 5. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time.